quadruped, obviously, and it has an Android controller for driving and around. So I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about the kinds of applications that we do with Spot, and then see what the robot can do, and you guys can have some hands-on time driving around for a little bit if you want. So lights one good? Fine? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so the camera, the robot has a camera in the back, 2 cameras on the sides, and then 2 cameras in front, and a camera here in the gripper. And what it does with the cameras in the front, just like your eyes are used for depth perception and stereoscopic vision, same thing with the robot. I can pick out an object in the scene, and the robot can recognize how far away that is, and then walk over to it and pick it up in its claw, and then you can have it bring it back to you. So for the kinds of missions that we do with like the Marines or the Air Force, it might be one where they're looking at a munitions store or a chemical lab or something like that. Some environment where it's not safe to send people in. Idea being is you can send the robot in, put some detectors on the robot, and then use that claw to collect samples, bring them out, so that somebody can send those samples to a lab and figure out what was going on there. Police use them as well. Same sort of thing for patrolling areas that aren't safe for people to go into. If there's a hostage or an active shooter, it's much better to send a dog in to go look around because you can always buy a new dog, even if they are kind of expensive. So I think, let's see if you can't pick something up. You take the ball. Dogs love balls. Put it down here.
We'll give it back. That's the question.
Yeah. It just runs out into the parking lot if it doesn't get play. All right.
The boy.
So as you can see, there's a fair amount of autonomy to it. Like that's not a simple thing to do to calculate how far away it is. Match the image seen on the forward camera with the image inside of the gripper. Tell the gripper how far to go down. There's a lot of calculations that need to happen. The dog obviously has an onboard computer. It does a lot of those calculations. Its processing core is sort of in here somewhere. I have one of them, but it's not. I didn't pull it out myself. It just gave me its chip.
Pointing to the ball in the video.
Yeah. So it's just the scene, and go pick that up. It has the ability to open doors. I've only had it for a couple of weeks. Actually, I haven't tried the door thing yet, so we should try the doors today and see how it works.
Can it pick up up and falls over?
Yes. So if you give it a push, it will correct itself. But if it tumbles down a flight of stairs or it falls, it can even fall all the way onto its back. Again, it's a pre-programmed operation, but it says this is falling over. You want it to right itself. And it will flex its legs and roll itself back on its belly and put its legs down and stand back up again. Let's see. Battery lasts for about 90 minutes, thereabouts. It can drag close to like 40 pounds if you're dragging like a bag with a claw. The claw fully extended can pick up about 5 pounds. If it's closer to the body, it's more like 15 pounds. Let's see. Walk. Turn, left and right. can walk backward and forward, and then you've got sort of a straight left and right. It has some collision avoidance, so if I try to walk it into the table, it will turn itself. The collision avoidance does not apply to the arm. So if you have the arm way out in front and you walk it into the wall, you just smash the arm. So, are there any questions?
How expensive are the vet appointments?
I haven't broken a battery yet, but they're about $7,000. I don't know. It's supposed to have like a little onboard speaker, but I haven't tried it out yet. One of the things that we were going to work on was tethering a Bluetooth headset to the tablet so that you could talk through and have it talk out to somebody. But we have to build a payload for that. Oh, payload! Oh, let's talk about that. That's cool. Right here are two payload connectors. So the stuff that we build, we have a little cage that sits on the dog's back and clips into this rail. And I use this forward connector. There's USB Ethernet power coming off of there. And then there's an Ethernet port on the butt as well. So you can plug a radio in to the rear end or into the payload side. And internally there's 2 or 3 networks, and you can talk to various assets on the network. So if you are, for example, let's say I had a radiation detector on here, and I'm going through a building like this, and I start walking around looking for sources, I can have radiation detector and an onboard computer talk to the robot, so if it gets hit, it puts a marker on the map, but then maybe it tells the robot, listen, designate a pass through this area, and let's walk up and down here a bunch, and let's see if we can figure out where that source is coming from. Is it a leak? Is it an X-ray machine? What kind of things are there? So there's a pathing aspect to it. And the API for the robot itself is written in Python. I don't know if any of you guys have written Python before, but it's very approachable, nice language.
Could one of the payloads be an additional battery to extend its life?
That's a good question. I don't know if there's a way to get power back into the table. I think it's one way.
So like, if you were to come across like a wall, see wall over there, like how high can you go over? How high does the blade
I've had to walk up curbs. It'll certainly do stairs. I think with that wall, it might have trouble because it's glass. And it's funny, there's a few things that are very much like a real dog. It doesn't have a great understanding of glass, so it'll walk into a glass door. It doesn't like elevators. If you put her on an elevator, you need to make sure it's sitting. It freaks it out, it starts stumbling everywhere when the elevator goes up. And it doesn't like to be picked up. Same sort of thing, if you grab it and lift it up, the legs will start kicking and crashing.
How heavy is it?
100 pounds? Oh, and it has straps here, which is great. I'll take you outside, go up and down the stairs for a minute, and then you guys can have some time playing with it. My only thing that you really need to know is right in here, right at his leg joints, there's warning signs that these are pinch points. Please keep your fingers away from it. My boss has got little stars up and down his hands that you pinch by. They'll pinch the skin right off. So the rest of it's fine. Just don't put your hands in there while it's walking around. So there are a couple of stairs outside. It is kind of cool to watch you walk up and down the stairs. So why don't we take it out this?
I don't know if we're going to be able to take this outside. That's right. Matt, how many viewers do we have? This may or may not do well with. Yeah.
Go right back up again. It does not swim. It'll survive the rain a little bit. That's kind of about it.
What's the top speed?
3 miles an hour. Oh. You try. Get it, boy. Try not to walk on it.
There was that drone up there.
What's gonna be top speed? Anybody want to give it a try?
Oh, sure.
All right.
RC didn't even
Oh, yeah.
hesitate.
So that's just got a little onboard Wi-Fi.
I can make it run into the bar.
It's not too expensive. When we usually deploy them, we have like an MP5 radio like that, and that's good. Yeah, that's it. Then, so,
Can it balance on two legs?
I don't think so. We're trying to figure out if we can teach it to climb into the back of the van. I've never been able to do that yet.
Can we deploy the connecting controller?
Yeah, you probably could go a little closer. There's like a lot of Wi-Fi interference. I think I'm on the same channel as somebody else. It depends on the radio. So the built-in Wi-Fi is not very far. But yeah, with like an MP5.
So when it goes up the steps, does it like know that it's gone upstairs,
Yeah.
or does it just?
Yeah, it recognizes that these are steps and it automatically switches its gate. Some of the older firmware, they had problems with the steps that didn't have a rise. It's just like metal steps or something like that. But I've had this up and down those, and it was fine. Yes, you can go up an elevator. Or you can use the. I don't know. That's a good question. I've never tried. I could think of them all.
While it's walking, it has a 2-point balance. It seems like
It's keeping two on the
it's
ground.
keeping 2 on the ground all the time, and it keeps the frequency of the steps. But the top doesn't rotate very much.
Top stays really steady.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you've got something in the claw, you can set it to a walk mode, and then it will keep 3 points of contact all the time, or crawl mode, and it can move really carefully. But if you pick up like a graduated cylinder with no lid on it, it will hold it amazingly still. It takes a while to get there, but it can carry like an open cup or something like that.
That's pretty neat. I wonder if it used the accelerating limbs to balance the offset of the 2 points that it's balancing out.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. got something that's even like an open container, you can hold it in the arm. You can see, like it will stabilize as the body's moving around. It keeps it fixed. So if you put the arm back, it makes the manipulation.
Alright, I'm about to pull up. I don't crash like a 70K robot.
Can I do it sideways?
Sideways, right across.
It's like pausing too when it gets started, so it is trying to correct the bar. Yeah, it's like pausing.
Yeah, can I go up there and like look it over?
It like slows down, like calculates what's it's like I'm just keeping the joystick just going. Everybody else want one?
Yeah.
Can't push. That's the max speed.
How much does it cost?
It's like 40K for the base model. It's 40K for the base model.
You too can have one.
For the price of that
Buy the car.
yeah.
I think I'm just gonna buy
Like this is like
You're gonna buy that instead of a car?
you can like I guess you can't the arm attachment I guess like 20K. Just buy a doll. I want to see how to handle the control.
Okay. We are nearing the end of this demo, and so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you everyone for joining.